Okay, well, first of all, let me just clarify what happened. I came in asking, what does the red pill movement mean? Okay, that's literally what I asked.
Yeah, like, what do we think that it means?
What does it mean? Because I grew up in the 90s and I watched The Matrix when it came out back in the 90s. So not to date myself, but I'm dating myself on purpose. And what I saw from that movie was Neo was given a red pill and a blue pill. And it was either you go back to this virtual reality that has been created for you, or you take this other pill that's going to take you into reality and it's going to suck, but take this pill instead. And that's what he does. I don't remember which one he takes. It doesn't matter. That's not the point. So then I asked her, okay, but can you clarify? Because that seems pretty self-explanatory. Taking a pill that's going to be explaining or opening up, broadening out your mind about what you're not used to or what you're not comfortable accepting. You've grown up accepting a certain reality. So then the red pill is about broadening up your mind, right? And then what we then started talking about was how the red pill movement has turned into a misogynist view.
Like man against woman views instead of just like the unspoken truth about life. It's kind of like about relationships and men and women, you know? So that's all we were saying. We were just kind of clarifying.
There was never any accusations that occurred.
Well, I think the red pill guys take it a little bit offensive because red pill is supposed to be just a rule set, I guess you could say, or something to kind of it's not supposed to be like an ideology is what Rolo would say, the guy that mostly created. He would say it's a what's the word? It starts with a P.
Praxeology.
A praxeology, yes. So that's why he might have felt some type of way when you said that, because it's not supposed to be a movement in that way. It's not supposed to be an ideology, you know?
That's what we were clarifying with each other.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Pearl. I'm sorry.
Well, I think it's just a lot of people like call it misogyny when it's not. And so yeah, that's
so let's define misogyny before we start everything.
The hatred of women.
Okay.
Yeah. But
okay.
Were you all saying like
hate women.
The red pill is like rightfully so misogynist, or were you saying like people are labeling that wrongfully?
My question was, what is the red pill and why has it turned into a misogynistic ideal? That was my question. I never made any accusations. Like when I sat down, literally, I was just asking a question.
Pearl or Austin, one of y'all take over on this one.
Well, you said, why has it turned into a misogynist ideal? So you think it's misogynist?
From what I'm aware of and from what I've seen so far.
Clips. What's on?
Yeah,
I
some
guess
of the some of the clips I've seen.
Can I have an example?
Reeked of misogyny.
Can I have an example?
Just putting the fat comment the other day. That was inappropriate. I don't know why we made that comment or how we thought that was okay.
Which comment?
If you're over this amount of weight, no man's ever gonna love you.
How is that misogynist?
What's a realistic comment?
That would be fattest, maybe.
How's that
are you talking about me?
Though?
What was the
I don't know. I just saw clips. I haven't tuned in live yet.
Okay. I didn't say no man's ever gonna love you.
Okay. What did you say?
I said no one.
Rude either way.
I said no one looks good over 300 pounds.
And that's a personal opinion.
Yeah, but it's rooted in data. Like if you look at
how is a personal opinion rooted in data?
Because we're talking about general opinions on the world and the way that the world views you. So if you look at dating app data, fat girls get less swipes.
Well, okay, but that's your personal experience.
No, that's not hers. That's the data's experience.
But the data.
What?
But this is apparently skewed data.
The app? What app? Bumble, Hinge?
I don't know.
Any of them.
Tinder?
Can I say something?
No, but see, but now that's generalizing.
I'll list apps if you don't know.
And I'll give you the context of the conversation. Like a lot of times as women, like we don't live in reality, and I don't really understand why. Like in general, in society, thin people get more attention. Thin people tend to be better looking. I'm not the skinniest girl around, but I can say that girls that
maybe in a Western society.
Hold on, real quick. I can also say having all friends who have they're beautiful, have the best bodies, you know, are fit. When we go out, I talk about this all the time. It's usually I would be like, because all of them are really like usually most of my friends are Hispanic. I had to talk to myself and be like, dang, maybe it's like because I'm black and they're Hispanic, you know, like maybe that's why they get chosen. But really it's because, like you said, if you appear more fit, that's just kind of what guys want. Personally, I don't go for I go for a guy who looks more fit and like, you know, health wise.
And that's all personal opinion, baby.
No,
Look at that.
I'm just saying in Dallas, when we go out to the club and stuff, guys aren't going for me. Like they're going for my friend who's more fit, like more. That's just
and that might be an issue with men.
I also now want to also give my personal experience.
But why are you shaming men for their standards? Because this is the thing. This is like a common shaming.
I'm not shaming.
Like, because you said that's an issue with men. That's what you said.
I'm gonna piggyback off of her.
I just disagree.
Because you're saying that that's an issue with men. That is shaming. That's shaming language.
Okay.
And so you're basically when men say this is my standard, and then you say, oh well, it's an issue with men. And it's
Didn't you just shame someone for making a comment of like, oh, if you're a fat girl, not gonna get swipes? Isn't that shaming?
No, it's not shaming. It's based on data. It's based on what men tend to like.
The data
and
seems
so
a little
the other thing that we took out of context in the conversation.
Y'all like fat?
I'm not shaming fat people, but would you like to be fat yourself?
No.
I mean, I take care of myself.
Would you like to? Yes or no?
Would you like to be fat?
No,
I don't mind
it. It
yes
depends
or
on
no?
the context.
Yeah, I'll be
in
fat.
the context,
That's
he's
yes.
asking you.
Yeah, I'll be fat.
Yes or no?
But nobody
Yes.
wants.
You would like to be fat?
Yeah.
Yes.
You would like to?
No.
Yeah,
Or-
that's
or
how
you
God
wouldn't
If
mind.
she's
created me.
happy.
So that's
If
all
she's happy.
all
But
she's
he
saying
said,
is
"Are you
on a
happy?"
balance.
One heart attack away from death.
All she's
And
saying.
you're close
That
to heart
doesn't-
attack too.
I'm not.
Weight does
Where's
not
the
determine
facts
if
on
you're
that?
gonna have a heart attack or
Let's
not.
let him
Here,
finish.
clear the mics
I
really
was an
quick.
EMT. Thanks though.
All she's saying is on a balance of probabilities, men
Stop
would
the
rather go with the more fit woman than the bigger woman.
Okay,
It's-
excuse
Define
me.
That's
fit.
that's
Excuse
not.
me.
that-
Okay,
I need
we
to
know
speak.
what-
I need to
We
speak
know
now.
what fit means.
No, everyone's definition of
we
fit
know-
is different.
no.
Let me say
no,
something. We
the-
need to wait our turns.
No.
That's what I was going to say.
The-
First of all, I was invited onto this podcast as a guest to share my opinion. Let me share my experience
She's
and
gonna
my opinion on
piggyback on
something.
me.
Okay, yes.
You were talking,
Initially,
right?
Yeah, I
okay,
was
so
talking.
Yeah,
I
never got
lived
to
in
finish.
Egypt.
I never.
I
got to
lived in
finish.
Egypt for 4 years. All right. In the Middle Eastern culture, women that are bigger, okay, are actually desired over there. All right. So we are right now talking about our Western experience
Correct.
of beauty standards.
That's where we at.
Yes.
We are currently here, but we are now also generalizing the whole world about saying that, oh, only thin women get attention. That's not true across the world in a general sense.
Nothing's
Excuse me, I'm
true.
not done.
You
So
cut me
when
off as well.
okay,
Nothing's true across the world.
This is not a fair debate.
Yeah.
all right.
You've
So
cut me
in
off
my
multiple times.
experience, when I was living over there, the men actually desire a woman that is bigger because that means that they're being fed, they're being taken care of. That is a woman that is of the household that knows to take care of her family.
But
Well, it sounds like she got a man already.
Now I'm done.
But this is the thing when
No.
you're looking for the exception and not the rule. And this is what women always do. Whenever we don't like an uncomfortable truth about the world, we'll say, well, in this one remote part of the world, there's an exception rather than the rule.
Okay.
But in most countries across the board, people prefer thinner women.
In your experience in the Western society. Now
No,
you're
no, actually,
generalizing. Right now
actually-
you're generalizing.
So actually, no, that's not necessarily true. I grew up like traveling to different countries. I've lived in Germany. I've been to India. I live in England right now.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty cultured. I grew up with nannies from across the world. I grew up with Russian nannies, South African nannies, Brazilian nannies.
Mhm.
It was the same. So yeah.
So
As many of you know, I was just banned on TikTok, and we are demonetized on a daily basis on this platform. If you want to help, please consider sending a super thanks below. Every donation helps, and it helps make what we do possible.